I'm joined now by Gauteng Human Settlements and Cooperative Governance MEC, Lebogang Maile. He has condemned the burning of public buildings by some protesters, but also voiced concern about the death of 4 protesters. MEC, thank you very much for joining us. So you, I understand, are also going to be in the area tomorrow. Could you tell me about what is planned in terms of meetings with the community on Wednesday?
Thank you very much. We want to firstly convey condolences to the families of the deceased. I think it's proper that we begin there, and that we should also condemn the violence that we have seen there from both sides. Tomorrow we will be meeting with the organizers of the protests, the local leadership, including the councillors. We have also invited the mayor. I have had a discussion with her. The premier also spoke to her, and we've agreed that she will join us. She will join us to these meetings, and we also want to visit the families of the deceased, and we will hopefully address the communities, because we don't just want to address the community without anything tangible, but we will still want to speak to the community, because it can't be right that we go in and we don't talk to the community. It doesn't matter how angry the community is, as people entrusted with the responsibility to manage public affairs in the province. We have to at all times be accessible and speak to.
So what we're seeing here really is Gauteng authorities, people in charge of the province, coming in to work with metro representatives, including the mayor, to try and help resolve this problem. You know, this is not the first time we've seen protests in Tembisa. Certainly they have not been this violent and destructive, but I think about a month ago there were protests when people in Tembisa were saying, we want to meet with the mayor, we want to talk to her. Now what we understand has happened is that she has in fact been having meetings. She's also sent MMCs, and she's had a number of engagements through them as well. But I think it was on Monday she was speaking to the Tembisa forum, but people on the streets were telling our reporters that they weren't represented necessarily by that forum. What do you think is going on here in terms of the mayor? She seems to be meeting people, but she's not actually on the street. It's good to hear that she's not waiting till Friday. She's going to be with you tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we thought it's important that we inform her that we are going there and invite her, so that we don't undermine the sitting mayor. We don't want to play politics. We want to resolve the challenges facing our people. And the reality is that there are matters which would be addressed by the municipality. There are matters that we can help them with. And that's why it's important that they must be part of the delegation that we have put together tomorrow, to engage not just with the representatives, with the whole community. I think it is important that we address the whole community, and we are able to give them an update on how far we are. We are not saying that the representatives can't talk to them, but they must also know that we are in the area and that we are working with their representatives to find solutions.
Obviously you haven't been in the area yet, so it might be difficult to give me your sense of this particular issue, but Tanya Campbell, the mayor, says that criminal elements are responsible for the torching of public offices and public vehicles, and she also believes that it's partly orchestrated to destabilise the DA-led coalition in Ekurhuleni. Do you think she might be right?
Those are serious allegations, and she would have to prove them. And in my capacity as the MEC of COPTA in the province, I can even invoke the powers that have been given by the legislation to investigate if that's true. I don't think we should be reckless, and we should be play to the gallery and invoke politics. If we wanted to do that, I would have gone there on my own without the mayor, and we would have said things about the mayor in her absence. But that's not going to solve anything. And that's why we want to call on the leaders to be circumspect and to be focused on resolving the issue, and not to make allegations that cannot be substantiated and that cannot be proven. So if the mayor got proof, if the mayor has got proof that there are people who are playing politics, who are using the people, because these are they're genuine concerns. I've seen some of the issues they're raising about the indigency policy of the municipality, the billing system. Let's deal with these issues. And that's what we want to attend to when we get to the area tomorrow. And if there are other issues which are fueling instability that has led to 4 people losing their lives, this is serious. It can't be taken light, and it can't be an issue that is raised as a by the way. We would want the mayor to give us proof so that we can be able to attend to these issues.
Yeah, so you definitely need proof that there's some sort of third force at play trying to destabilize the coalition in Ekurhuleni. You know, it's good to hear you say that we've got to put politics aside. Lives have been lost. Over the weekend, the ANC policy conference, the documents themselves talk with some skepticism about coalitions formed often to keep the ANC out of power. I think the policy document said there's as much cohesion in some of these coalitions as a group of drunkards in a bar, so suggesting that the ANC has a fair amount of skepticism around these coalitions. Are you concerned that part of the problem is the way the coalition, led by the DA, is managing these issues? Or, I mean, the reality is service delivery problems happen everywhere, protests happen everywhere, but is this part of your concern that you want to look into?
Well, we are concerned about the status and the state of coalitions in our province. There is some inconsistencies and instability, but what I don't like doing is to abuse the government platform that I've been given. Some other day I'll come back in my capacity as the head of elections and campaigns in Gauteng ANC to talk about those. But we are, of course, concerned about the state. I mean, you would have seen, and I've received a report about the appointment of the city manager in Tshwane, which was done virtually, and some parties are not happy about it. It's a process that took a bit of time. I said I must receive a written report. There are a lot of allegations that have been raised that part of the province, which I have not said anything about them in public because I'm still going to engage with the leadership of the city, which is the approach in all the cities. There are allegations everywhere, in Johannesburg, in Ekurhuleni, and I know some of the mayors, when you write to them, they try and create an impression that this is politics, this is witch hunt. We are not going to fall for that. We will not be blackmailed. We are going to implement the law to the letter, and we are going to act in the best interest of our people, and we are going to make sure that we also don't abuse the responsibilities that we are occupying, because we have taken an oath of the Constitution. So that's why I'm saying to you, the lines are a bit blurred. I wouldn't want to take this opportunity. The ANC has got a very capable leadership in the province, and I've seen they've issued a statement stating an ANC position which is basically saying that there has to be stability in that area, and we are also agreeing that there must be stability. There are other details that the ANC would want to raise, and I would encourage you to speak to them to raise those issues. From the government point of view, we are also going to focus on making sure that we get the municipality, or rather we help and work with the municipality to solve the Tembisa situation as a matter of urgency.
Yeah, and of course, as a cooperative governance MEC for Gauteng, that is your job, to work with all levels of government within the province to make sure that there is cohesion and to assist where possible. It's certainly encouraging to hear that ANC politics, DA politics don't form part of that. The focus is on helping the situation in Tembisa. Thank you so much for chatting to us. Appreciate it. Gauteng Human Settlements and Cooperative Governance MEC Lebogang Maile telling us this evening, and this is fresh information, that he has invited Mayor Tanya Campbell to come with their team to Tembisa when they meet the residents tomorrow. And she has agreed, he says, that she will be there tomorrow, meeting the people of Tembisa, not on Friday, as she originally said.